out from none other than the New York Post that 1,900 migrants from Floyd Bennett Field are being transferred to James Madison High School tonight at 5 p.m. for an overnight stay due to inclement weather conditions. We warned about this. Floyd Bennett Field is susceptible to flooding, storms, winds, and etc. It's not an acceptable place to house people, but neither are our public schools. Every time there's a flood, are they gonna find a new school to move the migrants to? This is not the last storm or flood. It's winter. Our schools are not migrant or homeless shelters. They're places of learning for our children, paid for by our taxpayer dollars. Our children, our school community, our families should not have to bear the brunt of a migrant crisis. School is going to be remote tomorrow, and students were dismissed earlier today. The migrants will be sleeping on the floor, and migrant children will be forced to wake up at 4:30 a.m. to leave the school building. This is not good for anyone, not the migrants or their children, and not students and their families. Why don't we send them to Gracie Mansion? This decision is ultimately in the hands of the mayor. There must be accountability and demands that our schools are never to be used as shelters.
So you heard it from the lady here, folks. The migrant situation is horrendous in, I would say, in New York. And it seems that they're now forcing students to leave their schools and in place of migrants, because why wouldn't they? I'm going to show you a few things here that's been going on in New York, and it's not too all great and standy, because, you know, of course, New York doesn't care about its people. It never did. It only cares about the people in power, and every single resident is useless except for the migrants, because they care about you. They care about the actual migrants instead of you. You know, that type of stuff. So we have this. NYC's James Madison High School forces students out of class to house 2,000 migrants amid winter weather. We have this. Nearly 2,000 illegal migrants being housed at a shelter in Brooklyn's Floyd Bennett Field are being evacuated ahead of a storm traveling up the East Coast, sending them to James Madison High School in anticipation for the less than ideal weather. According to the New York Post, the city is expected to see torrential downpours and 70 miles per hour winds on Tuesday night into Wednesday. The illegal migrants were being housed in a massive tent at the exposed airfield. To be clear, this relocation is a proactive measure being taken out of an abundance of caution to ensure the safety and well-being of individuals working and living at the center. City Hall spokesperson Kayla Nemec said the families are already in the process of being temporarily relocated and will continue to be provided with essential services and support, Mamalax added. The relocation will continue until weather conditions that may arise have stabilized and the facility is once again fit for living. So, yeah, they're literally using the high school as a place to house residents, to house migrants. Alright? That's what they're doing. We have this here. Biden resumes air illegal into Westchester as migrant tide grows even worse. Progressive may rage about Texas Governor Greg Abbott's stunt of busing migrants from the border to D.C., but it only matches President Joe Biden's approach, including the quiet resumption of midnight charter flights of migrant kids to the Westchester County Airport. The Post was there last week as a group of migrant teens hopped off an Avalio Airlines jet and boarded 3 waiting buses that ferried them into New Jersey. This is just the start. While House Flats acknowledged saying the flights transport unaccompanied minors to vetted sponsors or relatives with whom they will await the outcome of their immigration proceedings, the Bidenites had suspended the Westchester flights after the Post exposed them, but plainly figure they'll just have to accept the publicity of restoring the air ferry service. After all, Team Biden insists on admitting the illegal migrants, and the Department of Homeland Security reported yet another record for March, more than 221,000 illegal crossers encountered, up from the previous Biden-era peak set last July. Since the press took office, encounters totaled nearly 2.5 million, plus an estimated 600,000 gotaways who were never intercepted. So, that is what's going on here. But there's more. This is from Elon Musk, and he says it quite well. This is what happens when you run out of hotel rooms. Soon, the cities will run out of schools to vacate. They will come for your homes. We're going to view very briefly here. But I will point on this to Elon Musk. He's absolutely correct. If you think New Yorkies, citizens, people of our country, then you need to start understanding that these people, that our state, our country will remove you from our homes for these illegal migrants, so that way the people at power can stay in power. So they will vote for them and be there. And as you remain homeless and you see illegal migrants, people of different countries that were not even supposed to be allowed in here, take over your homes, take over everything that you have, so that way they can stay in power. This is what they want. They are coming for your homes. It's just a matter of time. They're just going after your kids first, and then they'll be coming after your homes. And then you and your family will be homeless. Do you want to see this happen? Do you want this to go through? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want my family to be homeless. I do not want my people to have to bear the brunt of incompetence and the allowance of illegal people coming into my country and taking away our homes, taking away our jobs, and taking away our schools. Not to say that the schools are even remotely good, by the way. I think they're all terrible. I think our entire education system needs to be completely revamped in practically all states, because I think it's dog shit. I don't think any of these schools are worth a damn at all. But that's just me. Now, we're going to see a bit of this that's going on. I'm not going to do the whole video, obviously, but I just want to show you guys the amount here is. Because it says here from Lives of TikTok, buses are now pulling up to JMHB's Brooklyn and dropping off illegals. School is closed tomorrow because illegals will be sleeping in the school's gym. This is disgraceful. New York City is prioritizing illegals over Americans. As you can see here, these are illegal migrants. People that are just listening or watching. These are illegal migrants coming out of a New York school bus. And 3 of them, mind you, no 4, correction, 4 of them, kids and all, being bused into a school so that way, so your kids don't get education, even though probably the education in New York, again, as I said, it's not great, but they are going into the school, taking over your school, so that they can bust them. This is what's happening here. This is the country Joe Biden wants. And they're, as you can see here, they're for people that are also listening, they're going into the actual school here. So there's that. We have this from Councilwoman Inya Verkinkov. Says James Madison High School students are being punished and forced to bear the brunt of the migrant crisis perpetrated by Joe Biden. They were dismissed early today and all 4 remote tomorrow because migrants from Floyd Bennett are at the school tonight to weather the storm. This is unacceptable. Stop this now and take the migrants into Gracie Mansion. 100% agreed. This is also bad for the migrants. Migrant children will sleep on the floor in the gym and the auditorium and will have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. to leave the high school, as she said in the video as before. So we have this, and then all this. This is the reality of what's going on here, guys. And then she goes on to say, we warned you. As predicted, Floyd Bennett Field is not a supplemental shelter facility. James Madison High School is becoming a migrant shelter overnight. 1,900 migrants are being transferred to this public school to spend the night there to evade the storm. This is unacceptable. Our schools are not migrant shelters. So yes, this is what's going on. This is what the solution is with Mayor Agam's solution is. Put all the illegal migrants into schools and turn them to be a migrant home. And then if that doesn't work and we run out of schools and places to put these illegal migrants that are coming in, we're going for your homes. You want to bet? Because I'm pretty sure that's what his next goal is. They do not care about you. They will never care about you. You need to break this cycle. New Yorkers, you have to do something or your homes are forfeit. Do something quickly before you lose everything that you own because they have no ability to do so. Remember, now, we have this here from New York Public Schools. We expect heavy rain and wind as New York City is under a travel advisory for Tuesday evening through Wednesday morning. Schools will remain open and drop-off and dismissal will proceed as scheduled. We are in communication with facility staff across the city and especially staff in our schools most prone to flooding about what steps to take. So, yeah, this is what's going to happen here. This is Adam's solution. Well, guys, I hope you guys are seeing the writing on the wall. Hope you guys fight back, because that's all you can do at this point. If you allow it to happen, then this is your fault. Honestly, if you allow it to happen. But stop it where it is here now. Protect your family, protect your schools, protect your country. Alright guys, that is it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. And as always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, because it's algorithmic disease, the social media.